Never thought too hard about it. Always came naturally to me. Never put a foot out of line, and I tried not to make any awkward statements. Always tried to be a good neighbor, waiting for the right time to speak. Now it seems the tables are smashed into tiny little pieces. I only want a slice of the pie. And all my time in this town, never thought I'd see the day you and I would come to blows. Think I'm gonna keep it that way. We don't have to think the same way to celebrate and dance until the dawn. It's always been a puzzle, I guess. So let's break a little bread and remember what I said. Come on. That way. Never thought too hard about it. Always came naturally to me. Never put a foot out of line, and I tried not to make any awkward statements. Always tried to be a good neighbor, waiting for the right time to speak. Now it seems the tables are smashed into tiny little pieces. I only want a slice of the pie. I really think we're getting somewhere with just tiny little pieces, a twinkling in somebody's sky. I really hope we're getting somewhere with just tiny little pieces. I only want a slice of the pie. I like to think we're getting somewhere. Now let's break a little bread so that we can say we gave it a try. I really hope we're getting somewhere with just tiny little pieces, a twinkle in somebody's sky.
shape, you got the whole world pressed to your face, and when you look around, all you see are stars. What they say, they don't know. It's like a paper cut that seems to grow until all that hurt seems to feel like, oh, you're down on your knees and over your head. All the bad memories
Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome to the 150th celebration opening ceremony. I'm Barry Hamilton, and I'll be emceeing for most of the weekend throughout the events that are happening all throughout today and tomorrow, and also on Sunday. I've been coming to Winton for close to 30 years now. It's a big part in enjoying the Outback Festival. And I think most of you will probably know me as Hamo rather than Barry Hamilton. You'll be going, who's Barry Hamilton? But it is a privilege to be asked to come back and also be a part of the birthday celebrations, the 150th celebrations of Winton. Now, there will be a morning tea, which will be happening down at the Winton Club straight after this, and we welcome everybody to come on down and join us for that. And, of course, down at the rec grounds late this afternoon, and this evening's going to be a really big night. There's a big drone show, and you'll see a bit of history about Winton afternoon and also this evening. But let's get along with the official opening, and I would like to ask our Mayor to come up and say a few words. Mayor Kathy White, the Mayor of Winton Shire. Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you. It's my honour and privilege as the Mayor of this wonderful Shire to welcome you all here to Winton this weekend to celebrate an incredible milestone in our history of our town, marking 150 years of European settlement in Winton. Before I begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the very special guests who have joined us today. We're honoured to have with us Mr Sean Dillon, MP, Member for Gregory and Assistant Minister for Primary Industries Development, Water and Western Queensland, and Mr David Littleproud, MP, Federal Member for Maranoa and Shadow Minister for Agriculture. I'd also like to acknowledge Mayor Tony Rayner from the Longridge Regional Council for joining us on this special occasion. I also extend a heartfelt welcome to those who have travelled from near and far to reconnect with family and dear friends. Welcome to the visitors who made the journey to Winton. We sincerely appreciate your visit to our beautiful town. This event stands true as a testament to our community spirit, resilience, and the shared history that unites us all. I'd also like to acknowledge the rural landholders and opal miners who, due to the recent flooding, have been unable to enjoy this celebration, as well as anyone else who couldn't make the journey. I also want to take this opportunity to welcome everyone joining us via the live stream. 150 years is but a drop in the bucket compared to the time the Koa people have lived in this area. But in their time, in turn, is just another drop in the bucket compared to the millions of years of this geology history that surrounds us. Our Shire is truly a vision splendid. Like all success stories, it's the people, those who make the best of their circumstances, that are the true hallmarks of success. Every person who has lived or worked in Winton is part of that success. Sometimes their time here has been brief. Other times it's spanned a lifetime. I want to thank each and every one of you for being part of the Winton story. We also remembered the loved ones who have gone before us, each one leaving cherished memories in our hearts. Winton has something special. Born from isolation, shaped by ingenuity, and strengthened by the mateship that binds us all. Robert Allen, a former police sergeant, left for Aramac around 1875 and moved west to Pelican Waterhole. There he set up a shop and a public house the following year. However, the heavy rains caused Allen considerable hardship, and even he found himself compelled by floods to remain 2 days on the wall plate of his building. Once the flood waters had receded, Allen relocated to what was left of his business to the Winton's current site. Robert Allen renamed the town Winton after his hometown in Bournemouth, England. At the site, Allen, along with Caulfield, Fitzmaurice and Lynette, discussed the idea of moving Allen's building slightly north, back up from the Western River to higher ground, up to Werner Street, to mitigate the impact of the future floods. It's important to remember that this commercial activity was in support of the pastoral industry, which has been the backbone of our region for the past 150 years, starting with the sheep in the early days. Winton's pastoral history was thriving, with 1.5 million sheep, 75 head of cattle, and 13,000 horses. Opals were first discovered in Opalton in 1888, and by the first mine, operations were underway in 1894. By the end of the 19th century, Opalton had become a bustling township. Opal is Australia's national gemstone, and Winton is the home of the boulder opal. And it has been the people of Winton has built it all. The roads, railway, fences, windmills, and the airport. From the Cobb and Co coaches to the bullet teams, wagons, trains and road trains. And it's the people who have laid the foundation for the transport networks that connect us all. And it's also the people who have shown incredible creativity, innovating fire ploughs, fitting for bores, cooling towers for bore water, and creating artworks, writings and buildings. The heart and soul of Winton lies in its people, living and breathing the very essence of this town. Water is life. And here in Winton, we're fortunate to have a reliable supply thanks to the Great Artesian Basin. Our first bore was sunk in 1889, with bore number 1 completed in 1895 at the depth of 1,222 metres. Since then, 3 more bores have been added to meet the demand, with bore number 4 now supplying most of the town's water. Before bores, water had to be carted by nearby creeks and waterholes. Reticulation began in 1899, and although the high temperature caused early issues, we use a modern heat exchange system to cool the water. There is truly something special about Winton. Over the years, it's consistently punched above its weight. Winton is not only known as the birthplace of Qantas and home of Waltzing Matilda, but it also proudly honours the 24% of its population who volunteered during World War I. With a population around 2,500 in Winton and the surrounding district at the time, this means a quarter of our community signed up to serve. This remarkable record per capita was also matched during World War II. The Winton Shire has been active in tourism for over 60 years, driven by a desire to drought-proof the economy. Winton continues to grow and thrive with tourism attractions like the Waltzing Matilda Centre, the Australian Age of Dinosaurs, Opalton, La Quarry, the Winton Truck Museum, the Royal Theatre and the Musical Fence. Festivals and events such as the annual Winton Show, the Winton Outback Festival, the Opal Festival, the Riders Festival, the Vision Splendid Film Festival and many more. It's a perfect blend of preserving traditions while embracing new ideas and in creating authentic tourism experiences. This weekend, we invite you to reconnect with your mates, to reflect on the past 150 years, and to think about what each of us can do to pass the torch a little brighter. We are lucky to have a wonderful next generation ready to take up that torch. Now I'd like to hand over to Mr. Sean Dillon, who will say a few words. Thank you.
Good morning, especially to you, Councillor White, and your councillors, and also to my federal colleague, your local member, but also hopefully the next Deputy Prime Minister, Mr David Littleproud. Ladies and gentlemen, a quintessential outback main street, and what better location for today's celebrations than no doubt probably one of the very best in Western Queensland, right here in Winton. I've only been an MP for a very short time, and this is without any shadow of a doubt the most special occasion that I've had the opportunity to represent the Queensland Government at. And at that point, I'd like to pass on the apologies of both the Premier and the Deputy Premier for their inability to join you here today. You've just heard a very rich story about the heritage, the foundations, the continuation of, and right through to today, the formation of the Winton community. It's a proud community with a heritage to be proud of. Your contributions to agriculture are unrecognisable in the current lens, but so valuable in daily contributions every single day. The gems that are opals, but are Waltzing Matilda and are Qantas, are things that will forever, something that you will be able to hold dear to you, whether you have, as the Mayor said, have been here for a short time, a long-term resident, or multi-generations of your family have occupied this area. Winton continues to play and swing well above its weight when it contributes to any part of the economy, whether it is through tourism, through agriculture, or simply providing a way of life. Everyone has to be somewhere, and we're better than to live in Winton. So for us, as a government, we value and recognise the role that all our regional communities play, but for some communities, those who celebrate 150 years, it's a time to take stock, to pause, and to reflect on the contributions that those who've gone before you have made in making this community what it is today, and somewhere that people choose to come back to. I've only been in town today, not very long this morning already, and seen so many people who've travelled back because this is where home was. So thank you for all of the work, the sacrifices that were made by the pioneers of this community and those who continue to uphold those traditions to this very day. Congratulations on 150.
Thank you very much. There now to Sean Dillon, MP, thank you. Now we're doing just a quick little unveiling of the plaque right now, and then we will ask Mr David Littleproud to come on up and say a few words as well. So if we can get Sean and Mayor Kathy White to head on over. And also the eldest resident of Winton, Eileen Ryan. Eileen, give Eileen a big round of applause. And also the oldest living passenger of Qantas in the world, now John East. John also to come up as well. And I have it on authority that John first travelled from Charleville to Winton on a Qantas flight. So, yeah, good on you, John. Also coming up. And also two of the newest members of the community, Kaylee McQueen and Bodie Grant, who are the future of the Winton community, or part of the future of the Winton community as well. We can get you to also come up as well. We'll bring your kids up, mums. And also, if we can also have Mr David Littleproud, the federal member for Maranoa, and the Shadow Minister of Agriculture to also come up to the plaque, and then we'll get Mr Littleproud up to say a few words as well. Let it go. Big round of applause, everybody. The unveiling of the plaque of the 150th celebrations of Winton. All right, if I could ask Mr. David Littleproud to please come on up, the Federal Member for Maranoa and Shadow Minister for Agriculture, to say a few words. Good on you, David.
Well, thanks very much and happy birthday, Winton. Winton has left an indelible mark on our nation. Not just our history, but the innovation. This is the essence of real Australia right here. What Australia was built on by the innovation of those in outback Queensland that created an airline that now is one of the world's best. But also just a few metres over the road where our cultural cradle started, right here in Winton with Waltzing Matilda. We should be proud of what this town has created and what it continues to do. It's because of the people who are prepared not just to live here, but to thrive here, to innovate and create. That's the Winton that has been created over 150 years. This is what Australia was built on and what many Australians romantically think about where we came from and what we are. It's actually Winton. It's right here, 150 years on, and you're still going. And that's something that there's very few towns, very few communities in our country that can lay claim to. And it's something that you are now the custodians of in making sure that this great town continues to thrive for another 150 years, as it has for those past that have gone before us. And so this is an enormous milestone, not just for the people of Winton. This is a milestone for our nation because of what this town has achieved over the last 150 years. There is very few that could lay claim to what this great community has done and what it will continue to do. So to each and every one of you, please have a great weekend, celebrate what it is to be Australian, but remember where it all started and where it all came from, which is right here. Happy birthday.
Thank you, David. Now we'd like to invite our dignitaries to just come around and help cut the cake for the 150th celebrations with Mayor Kathy White. Also, David Littleproud, if you could also come up with our special guests, and Sean Dillon, MP, Member for Gregory, also to help with the cutting of the cake. And then we've got a very special poem which has been written by Mick Thompson that will be presented for you very soon. And just a reminder, everybody, we've got the Winton Club and the Winton 150 morning tea event, which will be happening down at the Winton Club straight after this. And down at the Sport and Rec grounds this afternoon, the celebrations will continue, and there is an amazing drone show with around about 50 drones as part of this evening's celebrations, which will be down at the Sport and Rec ground late this afternoon and early throughout this evening. There'll be food stalls down there and a ton of fun and heaps of entertainment for everybody too. I think there was a comment there about Mrs. Ryan not sharing a cake yet. There's the cutting of the cake, everybody. Well done. Congratulations. Now, the cake will be cut up, and it will be cut up inside, and then it will be passed around to everybody outside. Well, as much cake as possible, so first in, best dressed, I think, with the cake. I'd now like to get Mick Thompson, one of our local bush poets, to come on up and recite his poem as the cake is being cut for everybody to enjoy. Mick?
Thanks, Hamo. Firstly, I'd just like to thank Mayor Kathy White, Jeff Close and all the committee for allowing me this tremendous privilege and pleasure to recite this. When I first put this poem on the Winton 150-year Facebook site, I had no idea that it would create and evoke so many wonderful responses. And it got me thinking, what's the fabric that makes the rich tapestry that is the history of this town? And Mayor Kathy White touched on it earlier. It's the people. So this one's for you, Winton. I left my heart in Winton all those long years ago. I tried to take it with me, but my heart just told me no. So I'd spend my days a-dreamin' of all those great times I had, growing up in Winton when I was just a lad. I'd think of all the mates I had in those long hot summer's days, and catching yellowbelly out Old Mistake Creek way. I thought that as the years rolled by, the pain would ease away, but the love of my old hometown burns just as bright today. And I knew that it was useless to fight it from the start, so I visit Winton when I can, just to catch up with my heart. And I see my heart in every place as I stroll around this town. Then there's a smile upon my dial to replace that sad old frown. So Winton, I have loved you right from the very start, and I'll keep coming back again because you stole my bloody heart.
What a poem, eh? Before we break up and go down to the Winton Club to enjoy the morning tea, Mayor Kathy White would like to just quickly pop on up and make a special announcement.
Thank you. Well, Mr. Littleproud came into town very timely. And I tell you what, he has given Winton the biggest birthday present that I think this little community could ever have wished for in a million years. So I'm wondering if you can guess what it is. You know, yeah, we've already announced it there at Mr. Littleproud at 8:30. But anyhow, so Minister Littleproud has promised the money for Jessamine's place. I know, it's just an amazing feat. But I tell you what, I congratulate Winton Community and Aged Care, in particular Lisa Fraser, who has been the driving force behind Jessamine's place. So congratulations, Lisa. Would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Mayor Kathy White. Thank you, Minister Littleproud. Today is a very emotional day for a lot of us, and just so proud. It's not just me, it's our whole committee. And it was so apt that today at 8:30, when Minister Littleproud advised that he would fund Jessamine Place, that we were sitting in the place where we were in 2019, 10 o'clock in June, in the cold, when we first decided that Winton Community and Aged Care Services would become the catalyst to drive our ageing in the outback strategy. And I thank every single one of you, my committee, that turn up every month. And this is just going to be so great for our elders to be able to age in place in our community with the help of everybody that makes that happen. You know, we need everything. We need the multi-purpose health service beds at the hospital. We need the independent living. We need aged care services in people's homes. And Jessamine Place has been the part that has been missing, where our families have had to be broken up and taken to other places. So, look, I thank you very much. There's a lot of very emotional people here today, and I just I also want to tell you that we've got our cans and bottles. We're still raising money internally. So, thank you very much, and thanks Minister Littleproud and the Nationals and the Liberal National Government for making ageing in the outback a reality for Western Queensland. Thank you.
Wonderful announcement there. Well, that wraps up the official presentations for this morning. Please come down and join us down at the Winton Club, or later on down at the rec grounds this afternoon and this evening. It is going to be an amazing event tonight, so we'd hope to see you down there. If you want a full program of events that are happening over the weekend, if you head on over to the information hub, there is a whole program in there of the events. Plus, you'll be able to have a look at some of the merchandise and maybe purchase some merchandise for the celebrations of Winton for 150 years.